and while the blood is crying, this is what I'm going to do. While the cherubims and the seraphim around my throne in resounding anthem singing, holy, 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 I'm going to put on my slippers now. While all of heaven is adoring me for my grace and for my splendor, let me show you what I'm going to do for you now. Matter of fact, take off my silks and my satins and put me on some traveling gear, because I have a people that are standing in need of me. They're down in the pits of Egypt having testimony service now, waiting and wondering, is God concerned, or has God forfeited on the contract that he made with Abraham? Some you have to worry about, but look at God. God says, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave heaven God, and I'm going to leave the glory of walls like jasper and streets of gold, and I'm going to go to the hood of Egypt, into the midst of those pits where they may drink without straw, and say, I ain't just looking at you, I got your message. There's a promise of liberation. Not only am I conscious of what's going on, there's a promise of my divine presence. I'm going to be where you are. I'm going to walk in the midst of 42 generations. I'm going to talk to the prophets. The prophets can't do it. Amos can't do it. Zechariah cannot do it. Hezekiah cannot do it. They do not have the power to do it. They can talk about it, but they cannot touch it. And if they touch it, they cannot transform it. And they need to know that there is a God that not only aware, not only sees, but a God who will sit right in the midst of their hardship and say, if you just wait, I know the last 400 years have been hard, but if you just wait, I want you to know that if I am where you are, then your hell can become a sanctuary. You don't believe me? Ask David. David says that if I take the wings in the morning and soar to the utmost parts of the world, God is there. But if I make my bed in hell, God is there also. As long as there is a presence is there, you can sit in the midst of nothing and all of something, something but nothing out something. That is what presence does. It has transformative power. Surely I've seen the affliction of my people. I've heard your moanings, your groanings, and I've come down from my throne where I am to be where you are, and to tell Pharaoh not only let him go, but give them reparation. Because the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof of the world, and they that dwell therein. I found it on the sea, and I've established it upon the floods. Not only am I going to tell you I'm going to be with you, because it's good to know that I'm with you, because you can bask in my glory, and you have this promise of liberation because of my consciousness and because of my presence. But when I get there, I want you to know that I'm working on your behalf. I want to do something. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to come down and I'm going to deliver you. That means that you're stuck right now, or at least you feel stuck. But I am. Did you not forget what I said before? I've seen the affliction of my people. That's a personal pronoun. You belong to me. You've been made in my image, shaped in my glory. You belong to me. You mine. And if you mine, that means I can not only take care of you, but I can do anything I want to with you.
That's right.
I got the deed to your life.
Amen.
You're registered in my name. Wow. You're covered by my blood. You're enraptured in my redemption. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to deliver you. That's good news now, because you've been where you are a long time, and that's the right now, and you will wonder, is somebody going to come and never get back at those folk who've been beating you for the last 36 or 30 years unmercifully? And are you ever going to get beyond this? You heard about a kingdom, but you ain't been able to see it. You got to Jordan, but Jordan stinks. But I'm going to take you into a land where there are enemies in that land. But even though you got enemies there where you're going and enemies where you are, I'm going to deliver you not only from where you are, but I'm going to take care of the place where you're going, and I'm going to give you the deed to that too. I'm going to do some deconstruction in the midst of where you're going to give you a promise of that over there too. But I just want you to know that your God will take care of this. Amen. You can be absolutely and positively sure that the words of Amos are still ringing. And those words are a prophetic message that says, I'll take crooked places and I'll make them straight. I'll take low places and I'll exalt them. I'll take the problems of your moments steps, and I'll take the tears of your eye, and I will dry them. How do you know that? Because I said, surely here. Surely because I've seen you, and I've heard you, and I'll put my arms around you just to remind you, mother, just to remind you, sister, just to remind you, daughter, that you belong to me. I could have stayed where I am and taken care of your situation because I'm God. I could have wiggled my toes, or I could have batted my eyes, but no, I wanted you to know that I was the type of God that did not mind leaving my office. I would drive right down there and I'll wipe your eyes and rock you in my arms and tell you that everything's going to be all right. I know you can't change that circumstance by yourself, but why do you think I've been looking at you all this time? Because I was impressed not only of your present, I was impressed of your future, because they were looking at you for the dirt that you had under the mud pit, but I was looking at you for the beauty that you had on your face after I transformed you. Surely, I've been looking at you because I want to hear the murmurings of those who are around you say that you will never get out of this thing. You'll never come out of it because you've been here this long. Your God ain't showed up in 430 years. Your God ain't never show up. But I've been looking at you because I wanted to check out the purview. I wanted to look at the demographics of your area. I wanted to check out the geography to see that when I finally showed up everything that I was dealing with, surely I needed to tell you you were mine. I didn't need to inform them that you were mine because I know who you are. And as long as I know who you are, that means I have a divine obligation to come and show up and show out in your favor. Sure. I need to tell you that the surely means that absolutely when you don't think that I'm going to show up, just wait. Sometimes you may got to rock from side to side, but just wait. Sometimes you got to wipe your own tears, but just wait. Sometimes you got to ignore the texts and the phone, but just wait. I've been looking at you because you're my son and you're my daughter, and blood can't keep on hollering out to heaven, and you don't think that I'm ever going to show up and show out. I specialize in blood, but let me take one foot and put it on eternity, and let me put another foot on time, and let me cruise down to the earth that seemingly has forsaken you, and tell you that I'm still in the deliverance business. And not only am I in the deliverance business in the midst of ancient Egypt, I'm in the deliverance business in the 21st century. I have the ability to step into the socio-economic lack and the desperation of those circumstances and tell you that I will deliver you. All you got to do is remember, don't you dare hurry me. All you got to do is wait on me. And when God finally shows up and shows out, you can go ahead and sit back for a little while, because I have not put you there that you might die. But I came at the close of the day that Pharaoh and all of Pharaoh's enemies might know that I'm God and God all by myself. I need you to stay right there and work just a little while longer. And while the sweat is forming on your brow, every now and then just take a pause in the midst of making brick without straw. And remember the promise that God made to your daddy. And that was a promise that you may be in the pit for a little while, but when you are, you can't stray. It's not because I have the power of Pharaoh on my side, but it's because I have the power of living a strong and a sanctified God. I know you've been wondering why you can't get Pharaoh on your side. You don't need Pharaoh's help right now. You just need to be able to look into the sky and know that there's somebody that's looking out for you. And if you know that there's somebody looking out for you, it may sound foolish, it may sound crazy, because I ain't never seen the face of God. But every now and then when I'm in trouble, I lift up my hand and I say, Father, I stretch my hand to thee. No other help I know. If I withdraw thyself from me, whither shall I go? And I need to tell you that when I call on him, I still every now and then feel a little bit disturbed. But after I pat my feet for a little while, something shows up in the midnight hour, wraps his arms around me, and says that I will deliver you. If you don't believe I'll deliver you, look back over your life and check out my record. How many times have I rescued you from trouble? How many times have I dried your tears away? How many times have I been a fence of protection all around you, just to show you just how much I love you? And I believe, y'all, that if God did it one time, the same God, the same God, the same God, the same God that did it then is the same God that'll do it right now. Surely you'll change my way. Surely you'll bring me out. Surely you'll fix my condition. Surely you'll raise me above my trouble. Surely you'll open doors that have been shut in my face. Surely you'll resurrect me from the clutches of death. Surely. I got a sneaky suspicion and a funny inclination that I can trust in the promises of liberation.
That's right.
Because that Bible that I read tells me that God is not a God, he cannot lie.
That's right.
Nor the Son of Man that he don't even gotta repent. Even if the tongue of God was a lie, because it is filled with truth, whatever would grace his tongue will come out as truth. Even the start of it is a lie. And because of that, that means I can rest there. I can sleep on that. And since it tells me that the God that I serve neither slumbers nor sleep, that means me and you can go to sleep. Because if God is up all night long, ain't no need for all this.
I know that's right.
There is the promise of liberation. The promise of divine consciousness. The promise of divine presence. But the promise of divine deliverance. Ain't that good news?
It's good news. It's good news.
Ain't God good?
That's good news.
Give him another hand clap of praise. you